Hello everybody, it's me, Dana. I just wanted to make a quick video and share with you out there who do tune in as to why I just kind of dropped right off and stopped making my videos. And the truth is, I really wasn't feeling very well. I was not feeling very healthy, and I'm still not. I haven't gotten to the complete root of the matter yet. I did finally go to a doctor yesterday and went for some tests the next day and today, or 2 days ago. I went to the doctor after after blacking out the night before. Like finally, feeling nauseous on my way to the bathroom, and then everything went black and poof, I was out. And next thing I know, I'm laying on the floor and my mother's yelling, "What the hell are you doing at me?" And I'm just laying there like, whoa. Anyways, in truth and reality, I have been quiet and still and going within and trying to figure out just exactly how long I have been in discomfort and pain and putting off getting something looked at. And it's been almost 4 years, so it's been a while. I saw one of my memories on Facebook, and then I realized it was, prior to that time. So 3 to 4 years. Because there were other fires going on, and I was doing what I always catch my clients doing and call them on it every time. You're not taking care of yourself first. And that's what you need to do. You need to take care of yourself first in mentally, physically, emotionally ways, because if you don't take care of yourself first, water this watering can. You got to fill up the watering can before you have what it takes to truly go out and water the garden. Otherwise, you've been walking around the garden supposedly helping other people and putting out their fires, but actually your can's just full of air, hot air, like all the water evaporated. So that's when I started to close off and shut down and only make minor attempts at connecting with other people. I mean, quite literally, when you close yourself off, you close yourself off, right? So I was feeling shut down and closed off internally, emotionally, and hurt and not healthy. And it manifested the same result in my body. My emotions and my feelings and my reality manifested in my body. And then the more blocked I felt, the more intermittent the messages. Sometimes my messages would be crystal clear, and other times it would be like, nothing. So then my confidence would drop, right? Well, low confidence, low esteem would just add to the low energy, right? And so I was getting more and more bogged down in all of that low energy shit. And every time I kind of made an attempt to help someone else, because I knew they were in a worse space than me. But then I would also say to the universe, whatever is for the highest and greatest good of all involved. So then if the meeting or connection didn't work out, I would know it was for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And those whom I really could serve would be getting the message to connect with me, because I knew I was still of service, but I still had self-work to do. And I tell all my clients and customers that people come to me that, I am a work in process. We are all a work in process, right? So, another thing for those of you who don't know, when your main psychic centers is in the center, that's why we have called gut instincts, right? It's in our guts. And so many of us do not have healthy guts and intestines. If you're constipated, if you're not having beautiful, regular, flowing, easy peasy, nice, loose, healthy bowel movements, then something's wrong. And the more you neglect, the more you will regret. You can write that down. Quote me on that one. The more you neglect, the more you will regret. So go speak to some nutrition experts. Go to the health people, those naturopath people, and go speak to a doctor. And get on the computer and listen to your intuition and do some homework. All right. Don't just trust somebody because they're a doctor. Because not all doctors are out there exploring other ways of healing other than just the pharmaceutical and surgery way. But there's so many of those people on the planet that do know there are other aspects and ways and parts of our health. If you haven't healed your mental and emotional issues, then the body breaks down, right? The body's listening to what the mind and heart tell it to do. If the mind and heart are in pain, then the body will end up in pain too, or dis-ease, discomfort, stress, anxiety. When you're in those happy moments of your life, think of one happy moment, like one, you're laughing, you're enjoying, you're having so much fun, it was the best day ever. How often did you tune into your anxiety and pain and your worries and your woes and the balance in your account on that day? Probably not much at all. If you were gloriously, joyously happy on the day you discovered, you were pregnant after trying for so long, or the day you gave birth, or you met that special someone after a long time of waiting for someone, or you got some really good news, or you were celebrating something with your family on that day, in those magical moments and those beautiful memories that you put in the beautiful memory bank. You cannot tell me exactly what amount you had in your wallet, in your purse, in your bank account, and there's a reason for that. Because happiness doesn't come with the price. It's that feeling, it's that emotion. You have to get into that feeling and emotion as often as you can to generate more of that. So despite the fact that I was on my way to an appointment to have some things tested and do some exploration and find out some things, so tests from the doctor, and blood tests and stuff. So even though that's where I was headed, I was singing and putting myself in a happy space and grateful that, the problems have been found out and resolved and all is healing and I'm on my way to recovery and everything is great and the universe is conspiring in my favor. And, I was driving like I was going to Disneyland. And I would put myself in that space and I said, I am going to have a beautiful, magical day. So, despite the circumstances and where I was headed, this is what I chose to think about, feel, and emulate about myself. It made the procedures a lot less uncomfortable because I was more relaxed and in a better space before I got to the building. Okay. I did that for myself. I plugged in those kind of thoughts before I went there because it calms me. It helped me lose some stress and anxiety, and it kept me from going into fear-based thoughts. Okay. Because until there's something to be concerned about for sure, or, to go down worst case scenario roadways, no matter what's going on, there is someone on this planet who's gone through it before me. And, there's ways of healing and finding and curing and ailing things. So it's not like we're cavemen in a cave and, I'm going down to the next cave going, I don't feel so good. And they're like, well, I can whack you on the head with a stick, or you can wait till spring till the berries are, ripe and see if you can get drunk. There's so much out there. So this is how I chose to think. And this is my advice for anyone who's going through anything challenging. Because changing that energy and those thoughts, that the universe is conspiring in your favor, and that whatever is to happen is for the highest and greatest good of all involved, it puts a total different shift on your reality, rather than thinking less than thoughts, like Murphy's Law and such. Smiles to all of you out there. That's the message and the recording that I was inclined to share today. I look forward to finding out and removing whatever is blocking me and getting back to 100% health, wealth, and happiness, and sharing what's going on with those of you out there, because I know I'm not alone, and I know sharing my stories helps a lot of you out there get through whatever it is you're going through. There's a reason why we connect with certain people at a certain time. There's always a reason. There's a reason why you saw my video. There's a reason why I'm guided to click down certain paths and avenues on the internet and find out the information that I find. And 99.999% of the time, it is confirmation or answers a question that I was thinking before I hopped on the internet. It's like, oh, here you go, bling, click here, I'll click there, and oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. So, tune in to your magic, start to trust your intuition, plug in those magic thoughts. I am powerful. I am here for a reason. I do connect with the right people at the right time. I do the right things. My intuition is bang on, and I can trust my senses, my vibes. And the more that I do, the more the universe shows me how powerful and accurate I truly am. These are thoughts to plug into your head today. Smells to you. Have a great weekend. And enjoy some beautiful weather, I hope. It's me.